Hello guys, Sujara speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, episode number 190, and today we read you a second edition of Lilo and Stitch. 3 years ago, I have read you the first edition of Lilo and Stitch book, but this is a different kind of version of it I read throughout Lilo and Stitch back in 2019. This time, I'm going to read you a different publisher. This is called Disney's Wonderful World of Reading today. So let's read it now. Shall we? So we got for us Lilo and Stitch. This is a different kind of publisher we're going to read today. Anyway, it was published by Scholastic, New York, Toronto, London, Auckland, Sydney, Mexico City, New Delhi, Hong Kong, and Buenos Aires. Now, difference was you saw last several times ago, and it was copyright 2002, all reserved. Now, keep in mind that this book was a different kind of book than we saw back in episode 16, the Bedtime Stories. You know, that's me, of course. But anyway. In the far-off galaxy, an alien scientist named Jumba has created a strange creature called Experiment 626, okay? Because 626 has always destroyed things, okay? He was being sent to prison by the Grand Councilwoman, okay? Makes sense in a way. But 626 managed to escape. Wow. Now, 626 was headed to Earth. The Grand Councilwoman sent Jumba and Pleakley, another alien, on a mission to capture 626 and bring him back. Okay? Makes sense in a way. So yeah, it does make sense, you know? And you gotta bring him back to Earth, you know? That should be, of course, come to Hawaii and everything like that. So there you go. Next page. Anyway. Meanwhile on Earth, a 5-year-old Hawaiian girl named Lilo was also on a mission. She was spreading up a peanut butter sandwich to feed to a fish named Pludge. Lilo thought it was a very important thing to do this, but because she believed that Pludge controlled the weather. Unfortunately, Leo's now late for a hula dance lesson. Wow. We'll rush her to her dance class. Wow. Wow, okay. Dripping water on the floor. Wow. Her classmates began to slip and slide. Stop, stop, cried the hula instructor. He asked Lilo why she was late and wet. The little girl tried to explain about Pudge. You're crazy, said Mari. What her name was, sorry. One of Leo's classmates. Leo pounced on Marjorie. The instructor quickly pulled them apart. Wow. I felt worried for you, Lilo. You have to do something about this. Sorry. Next page. Anyway. The instructor called Lilo's sister Nanny, who to take Lilo home. And Nanny... Okay, I don't know what the deal here with my SSD drive. I'm closing this down. Hang on. Well, it's been difficulties on my end via the show must go on. Anyway, Nanny was Leo's only family. But when Nanny arrived, Leo had already left. Wow. Nanny panicked became because of a social worker. Was arriving this afternoon to decide whether Leo could continue to live with Nanny. You know, I felt kind of worried for Lilo. Doesn't mean it would make sense to me, you know. That's just me, of course. Anyway, but Lilo was already at home listening to Elvis Presley music. She was sad because none of her classmates wanted to be her friend. Wow. Lilo was so upset she locked her sister out of the house. Nanny was still trying to get her in when the social worker culture of bubbles arrive. Once inside, the visit went from bad to worse. Cobra told Nanny that she had 3 days to prove that she could take care of Leo's property. Otherwise, Leo will be taken away. Saddens me, huh? Leo, I felt kind of worried for you at this point. I just don't know what to do next with you. Next page. Anyway, later that evening, Nanny and Lilo were talking in Leo's room. Suddenly, someone hit up in the sky outside. A falling star, Lilo shouted excitedly. She pushed Nanny out of the room. Leo wanted to make a wish in private, wow. But Nanny still listened to it as what Leo whispered. It's me again. I need someone to be my friend. Maybe send me an angel. Makes sense anyway. The nicest angel you have. Okay? When Leo have already seen was 626 spaceship crashing into Earth. 626 stepping out in the smoking crater. He kept checking with delight. Makes sense anyway. Anyway, he headed down a dark road, only to be run over some trucks and knocked out. When he woke up in the next morning, none of them was where. The Astrologer 626 found he was in an animal rescue home. Before long, he realized that Jumbo and Plickly were after him. I kind of felt worried for Stitch in this point. It kind of different, the whole Leo and Stitch type of difference. That's just me, of course. Next page. Anyway, that same morning, Nanny and Leo went to the animal rescue home to find a pet. Nanny hoped it will cheer Leo up. When Leo came in, 626 came to look for as much like a dog as he could. It was his only way to escape from Jabba and Pleakley. Wow. So he hugged Lilo and won her heart. Wow. What is that thing? Nanny cried when he saw 626. A dog, I think. The rescue Ray answered nervously. Despite Nanny's protest, Leo adopted her new dog and named him Stitch. Okay? Makes sense in any way, so there you go. It's kind of different, but, that's me, of course, so there you go on that. Next page. Anyway, meanwhile, Jumbo and Pleakley were watching as Nanny and Lilo left with Stitch. Jumbo wanted to capture 626 right away, but Pleakley reminded his partner that they cannot be seen. We have been blind in, Pleakley told him. After Nanny left for work, Leo tried to teach Stitch to fetch. Wow. But Stitch was not interested in being trained. Wow. Leo ended up fetching for Stitch instead. Okay. I don't know what's up with Stitch at this point, but that's just me, of course. Even though it's a hard lesson to do. That's just me, of course. So there you go. Next page. Anyway. Then Leo bought 2 snow cones. Anyway. Stitch ended up dumping his own is on the end head of a small dog. Wow. Stitch was not exactly what Leo had expected. Dressed like tourists, Jumbo and Pleakley were nearby watching Stitch. Okay. They were waiting for their chance to capture him. Later that day, Leo and Stitch sat in the restaurant where Nanny worked. Okay. Leo finished drawing in their sketchbook and headed up for Stitch. This is you, she told him. This is your baddest level. felt worried for you, Stitch, at this point. But anyway, it's usually high for someone your size. Wow, we need to fix that. You know, Lilo and Stitch are great friends, you know. Kind of different the whole thing, you know. That's me, of course. But, you know, it's kind of bad to me, you know. Lilo and Stitch are maybe furious, you know. That's me, of course. So, there you go. Anyway, next page. Gentleman Pleakley was also sitting in the restaurant. Oh, jeez. Anyway, they grabbed Stitch over the table. The table, excuse me. While Gentleman grabbed Stitch, and tried to place in the alien handcuffs, Jesus, on this creature. Oh, jeez. Stitch opened his mouth wide and swallowed Pleakley's head. Now you have to adopt a pitcher of iced tea. And Stitch made him let go. Okay? When the restaurant owner found out that Stitch belonged to Nanny, he pointed to the door. This is not working out, he told Nanny. Nanny Leo told Stitch home. And this is great home. You look like a lot, Leo told Stitch. She gave him a pillow, and so she could sleep on the floor. Yeah. Stitch straightened the pillow. Jesus. Anyway. And then he went to the kitchen, where he made another mess. Nanny had enough. She grabbed Stitch to say we had to take him back. First of all, no. Secondly, I felt worried for Stitch and Lilo at this point. Give him another chance, please. Next page. Anyway. He was an Aubryan and we adopted him, said Lilo. What about Hama? Said Nanny stopped. Their father had taught them about Hama. Hami's family. Exactly. This is what we taught about this. Leo continued. Family means nobody. Get left behind or forgotten. I know. Nanny said sighed. Stitch jumped from Nanny's arms and he and Leo went into Leo's room. Okay, that makes more sense. Anyway. Stitch climbed onto Leo's bed and found a photograph of her family. Under the pillow, okay? Be careful of that, Leo warned. The picture was, oh jeez, was all she had left of her father and mother. She snatched it back and slipped the previous photo back underneath her pillow. So Stitch moved himself with other things in Leo's room. He built a model city and then no, you don't have to destroy the father of all of this. Just stop, please. You're ruining the father's life. Jeez. And that's all we have left. Next page. Anyway. Okay. In the middle of the night, Stitch woke Lilo and showed her a picture in the book he had found. Okay. That's the Ugly Duckling, Leo yawned. See? He's sad because he's all alone. And nobody wants him. Leo pointed to the other page. And that's in this page. On this page, his family hears him crying, and they found him. Exactly, Leo. You gotta do something. Anyway, he is happy because he knows where he belongs. Yep. Stitch told his book and crawled in the bed Leo has made for him. Exactly. It's probably Lilo and Stitch difference. You have to do something about this, you know. Next page. Anyway, the next morning, Coco Bubbles paid them a visit. Okay. Heard you lost your job, he said to Nanny. But before Nanny can explain, Stitch whacked Quabba with a book. Jesus. As they left, Quabba told Nanny that she had to go get a new job. And she could expect to keep Lilo. To Lilo, he said, The next time I see this dog, I expect it to be mild intimidation. I don't know about this. Anyway, so Nanny set out to find a new job with Lilo, and Stitch is tall. First, she went to the grocery store, the grocery store that is, while Nanny spoke to the owner. Lilo tried to teach Stitch to behave exactly. Anyway, Elvis Presley was a mild intimidation. Leo explained, I compiled a list of his traits with you to practice. Yep. Number 1 is dancing. Unfortunately, there's dancing routine, and I'll go over the owner. So now he didn't get the job. I have no idea what to do next, and Natty and didn't know what to do next with getting the job next. Next page. Anyway, while Natty is trying to get the job at the coffee shop, Leo continued with Stitch lessons. Okay. Number 2, Elvis played guitar. She says that she hands Stitch a ukulele, okay? But when Stitch played the instrument, the piercing high notes staggered glass. Nanny didn't get a job either. And finally, as Nanny tried to get a job as a lifeguard, Leo prepared Stitch for his last lesson. Try and bring it all together, she told him. Stitch began to play his ukulele. Tourists began to crowd around him to take pictures, but the camera flash upset Stitch, who caused a commemoration. Yeah, and Remix told me about this. Don't take a picture of Stitch while you're at the parade, or else they'll be breaking pictures about it. Nanny once again did not get the job. You know, I feel kind of worried for Stitch at this point. Just don't take picture of Stitch, please. Thank you. You know, that's me, of course. Next page. Anyway. Everything has gone wrong. The unhappy sisters sat down on the beach. David, a friend of Nanny's, saw them. Okay? To cheer them up, David has suggested they have all go surfing. The group headed for the waves. Okay? Once she began to surf, Nanny forgot all her troubles. Okay? Stitch clapper his paws, and David and Leo laughed as they enjoyed their waves. For a little while, everyone was happy. Yup, exactly. You just have to do something about this. Next page. Anyway, but as Nanny, Leo, and Stitch roll a large wave, Jumbo sneaked up behind them, and Jumbo grabbed Stitch and pull him under the water. Desperate, Stitch grabbed Lilo and began dragging her down. David and Nanny pulled Lilo to safety. I don't know what to do next. Never noticed the aliens. Okay. Stitch finally won his struggle with Pleakley and Jumbo, but he was exhausted. Luckily, David went back and rescued Stitch. Back on the beach, Nanny frankly cheered to make sure Lilo's okay. Nanny looked up to see Cobra Bubbles watching, but you have to see the whole thing. Nanny asked David to watch Lilo, then Cobra quietly told Nanny that although he knew what she was trying, it was time to find a more suitable home for Lilo. Thank you. You have to do something about this. At least do something about it. Felt worried for Stitch at this point, but everything's like that. But anyway, next page. Anyway, that night, Lilo studied her fairy foe. Our fairy's little now, but if you want, you can be part of it, she said to Stitch. Stitch wanted to belong, but he knew he had already caused too much trouble. When Leo watched, Stitch took the Ugly Duckling book and climbed out of the window into the night. Stitch walked into the forest. He opened the storybook to the pages that Lilo had showed him. Just like the Ugly Duckling, Stitch felt low. "I'm lost," he cried. I felt kind of worried for Stitch at this point. He just had to do something. I just felt worried, you know. That's just me, of course. You have to be more sad to me, you know. I just need to do something, you know. Next page. Anyway, the next morning, the very unhappy Grand Councilwoman fired Prickly and Jumba, but the Jumba was pleased, but he could capture Stitch his way. Soon Jumba found Stitch and was put in the forest. Stitch didn't run, but he wouldn't go with Jumba either. "Wait," Stitch told Jumba. "For what?" Jumba asked impatiently. "Family," replied Stitch. "You're building the store. You can never belong," Jumba said. Stitch dropped the book and ran. Meanwhile, Lilo joined Nanny in the kitchen. For breakfast. Stitch left a little more sadly. Now you can confirm Lilo. Now it would be hard to tell Lilo that they could be living apart. But suddenly David burst in saying, "I think I've found you a job." This was Nanny's last chance to keep Lilo. She rushed up to David, tell Lilo to stay inside, and not to let everyone in. I don't know. This may be trouble or something. Do something. Anyway, next page. Anyway. At the same time, Stitch was racing to Lilo's house, with Jumba followed close behind. Stitch slipped through the dog's door. Jumba crashed through the front door. Frightened Lilo saw Cobra Bubbles. "Aliens are attacking my house. They want my dog." Jumba and Stitch fought so hard that they destroyed the house. Wow. Meanwhile, Nanny got the job in the general store down the street, and she left a fire engine straight past. Wow. Fearing the worst, Nanny raced home. Jesus. Just have to do something about this page and just don't know about it, you know? At least do something about this. Come on, moving on to the next page. Come on. There we go. Cobra Bubbles was already there. Lilo was in his car. Nanny begged Cobra not to take Lilo from her. Cobra just pointed to the ruined house and shook his head. Lilo watched as the two argued. Then she slipped out of the car and into the forest. Stitch followed her. I don't know what to do next, but, you know. Stitch quickly found Lilo. Wanted to apologize. He handed Lilo her storage family photo, and which she had managed to save, but Lilo was angry to Stitch. "Wow, you ruined everything," she sighed. Lost of words, Stitch transformed himself into his alien form. Lilo finally understood. "You're one of them?" You know, yes, I'm just about worried for Stitch. You know, I just need to do something about this. And Lilo, you know, you just have to do something about this. You know, it's more alien-like, you know. Next page. Anyway, at the moment an alien named Captain Gentoo appeared, and he had been sent by the Grand Councilwoman to capture Stitch. He snared both Stitch and Lilo and carried them in the spaceship. Stitch escaped, but before he could free Lilo, Gentoo's ship took off. By the time Nanny arrived, she was too late. She watched the spaceship carrying her sister disappear in the sky. Wow. Just wow. I don't know what to do next. Anyway, luckily Stitch convinced Jumba and Pleakley to help him rescue Lilo. Soon Nanny and the three aliens were in Jumba's spaceship, battling Captain Gantu, okay? After a wild chase, Stitch was able to free Lilo. Jumba landed his spaceship onto the waves behind David, okay, who was serving. David gave him a haul to ride to store to his surfboard for its took the few trips, okay? Makes sense in any way. So there you go on that. Even though it's a great trips and all that makes sense. So there you go. Next page. Anyway. But the troubles were not over. Clara Bubbles was waiting on the beach for Lilo. And the alien troops were waiting for Stitch. Grand Councilwoman ordered the troops to place Stitch in her ship. Stitch asked if he could say goodbye to Lilo. The Councilwoman was shocked. Well, this is my family, Stitch explained. I found it all on my own. It's little and broken, but it's still good. And then Leo showed Stitch adoption papers to the Grand Councilwoman. A sticker for rules, she agreed to let Stitch stay on Earth with Lilo. And Carbo decided that Leo can stay with Nanny, excuse me, okay, right. Jabba and Pleakley stay on Earth as well, along with David and Carter Bubbles. But they become part of Lilo's new family, where no one ever gets left behind. Exactly. You just have to do something about this book, you know? Basically, Lilo and Stitch series and Stitch movie and Lilo and Stitch. You just have to do something about this. You know, that's me, of course. Now, the last page of the book features this. Yeah, that's the last page of the book. Anyway. So that was Lilo and Stitch, the second edition published by Disney's Wonderful World of Reading. What I think about this book? I think it was amazing. So far, this book was a successful book to read. And that was Bedtime Stories episode number, let's say, 190. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be, I'm not sure what book I'm going to read next. We'll just see what happens. Now, man, excuse me. I got to get ready for a, go do some taping some more and go to sleep some more. So there you go. Till next time, Sue Jones and Bobby, so baby. We're getting more Bedtime Story episodes, guys. So, till Wednesday out. See ya.